Almost shifting, we got pizza, moving boxes, or else checkers beats us. Life is rough here in the depths of space. If shit set comes a knocking, we shoot them in the face. Gun cargo, gun cargo. Gun cargo, gun cargo, hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. All right, I got another verse. I hear a boy coming right in my instant. And it just asks me why I blew them all away. But I feel so great now with sovereign Cargonia. Every round we stand our ground. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Gun cargo, 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 hail Cargonia, gun cargo. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Get back to work.
Hey, hey, who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking something up with meat. So make a food, baby. A shit the pan, maybe. We could make another cursing recipe. We got a hot pot of beans and an order to fill. And I know beach space ain't got any chill. So Italian soda pop and spicy for me. If you wanna learn good knobs and hang around and see, say, hey, who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking? Doctor Who's cooking something up for thee? And eggplant.
Okay, so, new microphone. Can you hear me fine? Or is the gain a little weird? Do I need to adjust the gain? Or do I need to do something with Ducky, I'm using the toy you gave me. Baseline. Okay, how is that gate? What do I have to do with this? Mono source. Okay, audio. Stream? No. Output? No. Audio. Mic. How do I tell it's how do I tell it it's mono? Other way was better? Okay, how do I tell it it's mono? Because that's a little fun. Okay, better? Better? Still only one earball. Okay. Advanced audio properties. Where? More upgo, that's about as upgo as it gets. So I'm in audio. I see general. Do I have to end the stream? Because it just says line. I see up at top, I see sample rate and I see channels. Audio. No. Streaming. God damn. That was my mother. Welcome to the cooking show, by the way. Where it's ostensibly a tech support show. Don't look at me, I'm not here. Oh, here. Audio mixer. Advanced audio properties. There we go. Okay. Earballs? Are earballs better? I am speaking to you through one audio channel, through both the left and the right. Do you hear me out of both channels? Yay! Ha! Huzzah! Okay. We are back, and I need to close this. So ostensibly, I'm not absolutely bathed in light. Ugh. Okay, buddy, you go that way. Which is funny because I'm in the Central Time Zone. All right, so hi everybody. Welcome to Doctor Who's Cooking, the show, the only cooking show on the internet that's ostensibly a tech support channel. Situation normal, all effed up. We have a snafu, we are foobar, we have a whiskey tango foxtrot situation, and whatever other military acronym you care to say.
Tarfu.
Yeah, what he said. Pay no attention to the dishes. We haven't had a chance to clean those. We had company over. Is the Black Knight releasing soon? I did not, I was not aware. Oh, in December. Okay. Tickety-boo. I was gonna be like, Alright. Get those up out of there. So. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Who's the Chef. This is my cooking show on the WBPL-76. For those of you who are new here, which doesn't seem like any of you, ostensibly, I have been named as such by the Legion because I cook. You can tell by my logo and my chef hat that I am an absolute trained amateur. I am not at location redacted. This is my personal location redacted after the apartment had to be moved out of. So, at location redacted, Ducky and Squick conspired together to get me something very, very funny, which, if you can see on the camera, is this frickin' thing. It is a shotgun mic with a very basic mixer box. And apparently, it sounds very good. How can you hear me from over here? Do I sound like I am just right up against the microphone and cooking? Because if I do, this is a level up for this stream. Well, it's a tad echoey because this is a very big kitchen. So screw you. But I sound better being a few feet away than with my Yeti, don't I? No, it was not a pork toaster incident at the apartment. It was a combination of a tornado and lease ending. So that is just what happened at the apartment. Quit staring at my region. Live at location redacted. I knew I forgot something. Did I spell that right? I didn't. Can you hear the TV in the other room? All right. So, this is ostensibly, as you read, a challenge video. I have said many times, that cooking is easy and so can you. There we go. That cooking is easy and so can you, and I don't do anything special. That everything that I do is just based upon foundational principles. Nothing is complicated. Everything is just fundamentals building one on top of the other. And then Dux, ever the frugal avian that he is, said, "Hey Doc, can you cook a date night dinner for under $20?" I said, "Make it 25, and I can probably make it work." He said, "We need a protein, you need a vegetable, you need a starch, extra challenge mode for dessert." Unfortunately, I couldn't fit a dessert in the budget, but here is my receipt. So you will see I have Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are, no, I have chicken breast. So the most expensive thing on this receipt is chicken breast, which is about $15. There's about 6 chicken breasts in here, which comes out to about $2.50 a chicken. I consider that under budget. I got Brussels sprouts, which came to about $3.70. I got broccoli, which came to about $2.50. I got 2 potatoes, $2.50. Altogether, 26-ish bucks. If you consider price per unit on the chicken, I came in under budget. So, if someone said, "Hey Doc, you gotta impress someone later tonight for dinner, here's 20 bucks. This is gonna be my attempt at that. So, I've got Brussels sprouts, I've got broccoli, I got 2 baked potatoes, and I got a whole mess of chicken. So we're gonna get started with washing my hands and prepping these veggies. And what I am going to attempt to do during this episode is use as few pieces of equipment as possible. I am going to limit myself to stovetop, to oven, and to microwave. I am going to use my oven to broil my little Brussels sprouts because it's the best way to cook Brussels sprouts. I am going to use the microwave for my potatoes, for my broccoli, and I'm going to stovetop pan cook the chicken. Why? Because this is my show, and I want to show you that you can do this too. I need, colander. Not yet for the colander. I need also, we need to get some music started. Music. That's a cue. Okay, can you all hear that pretty okay? Oh, that reminds me. Before I get started with that, no, that'll be in a little bit. I need a knife. There we go. Knife. So what we are gonna do here is beat that open, have some beer, Shiner Bock, because of course. There's nothing finer. We here at the WBPL-76 are not sponsored by Shiner Bock, though we do love their beer. And so what I do with my sprouts, cut off the stem, cut them open, put them in a bowl. What we are going to do is we are going to blanch these, which is put them in some water, boil them for a little bit, and then we're going to cook them properly. Why Brussels sprouts? Because I am rather impressed with Brussels sprouts, and I feel that if I was trying to impress someone with, hey, I can cook, here, have some Brussels sprouts, and they're just like, I've heard Brussels sprouts were nasty, and then I come in with tasty, tasty Brussels sprouts, they'd be like, oh man, you're a very impressive cook. Also, I just like Brussels sprouts. How did it turn out that I liked Brussels sprouts? Well, it came about because of all of you on the subathon last year. Ducky and I conspired to make a toaster cooking show. And one of the things we did was Brussels sprouts in a toaster. And it turns out Brussels sprouts cook really nicely in a toaster. Who would have known? Apparently the mad people here at WBPL-76. Tasted like fire, and I got Minecraft poison damage from the aftertaste for like 5 minutes. Yep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss this in some water, get them all rinsed off. Gonna get a pot, and I'm gonna use our brand new gas stove to parboil them. So, we're gonna get these on here. I'm going to get some salt, ostensibly. Where's the salt? The salt is in the salt place. Just a little bit of salt. We're gonna turn this on to turn the fire on so we don't get gas, a gas leak. Put that on about medium. And we're gonna get going with the rest of the food. So for the broccoli, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little casserole dish. You could do this in a bowl. Excuse me? You're excused. Whatever you have on hand. You can use whatever you have on hand. If all you have is like a little is just a microwave safe bowl, you can do this with putting it in there and putting some plastic wrap on top to seal it a little bit. Let's get this plastic cup away from the fire. But I have a casserole dish, so that's what I'm going to do. How do I do my brocks? I take it like that, cut the stem off, and I basically just try and trim off the bad bits. What I'm doing right there was a little dark spot, so I'm just making sure that it doesn't go there. That's about bite size. Yes, everyone made it home safe. Thank you, Apocalypse. It was wonderful meeting you at interim location redacted. I am sorry that the experimental booze did not experiment properly. I hope you have a plan to make that, to try again and make it better, because I would love to try it. Also, if ever you and the missus and little Beowulf have some time, or hell, even just you, want to come on up. Did I really just throw away the broccoli? Yes, I did. You are welcome to come and do your cooking idea. 5-second rule. Don't worry about it. All right. So now we're a little bit easier to deal with. There we go. I just like making trees, you know? Digi, flying isn't scary, although with the current situation, it is understandable that you wanted to get to the airport as quickly as possible, so that if anything did happen, you had plenty of time to find alternatives. I'm glad you had a good time. Yummy. So, what am I doing with this? Well, I'm gonna grab some salt and pepper. I'm gonna grab, let's see, some garlic and onion. Should I include spices as part of the budget? I am going to assume that most people have in their kitchen access to salt and pepper. Garlic and onion, probably. If one of your friends gave you a fancy spice rack for a housewarming present, you probably have garlic and onion. So I am going to add. So this is a bit of an advanced technique. I've been cooking for a while. That's about a little over a half teaspoon. Just getting some salt in there. About a similar amount of pepper. This is garlic. About a similar amount of garlic. And I usually just go a little bit heavier on onion. Let me find a stirring utensil. From Sprouts. There we go. So what next is we need some butter. I'm going to use the butter that's already out. How much butter? I'm going to Paula Deen this. Use your heart. I usually go with a knob about this size. Butter never hurt no one, says the man without a cholesterol problem. I'm gonna add a little bit of a splash of water. And you wanna know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab some paprika. A little bit of paprika for color. Give it a nice little shake. And I'm going to set this aside until we're ready to actually start properly cooking on the with the rest of everything. So, got this cutting board. And I got another cutting board. Alrighty, brilliant. Got my chickens. Alright. 1 chicken, 2 chicken. The rest of this I will deal with in a little bit. But it is going into the fridge so that it doesn't go bad. Now it's time for a Clorox wipe. Hello, Blue 7. Very nice. Ducks, how normal is this idea? So we're just going to trim up some of the fat. that aside. Hey, Blue 7, I'm glad to be in the kitchen, you know? Alright, so I've got my chicken, and I no longer need my knife. So I'm gonna put it in the knife spot, and get my hands rinsed off. And what I am going to do is I'm gonna season these with, once again, some garlic powder, some onion powder. I see he says garlic and onion, and he got those backwards. Salt. Pepper. That's a little bit too much pepper, but hey, it'll get knocked off. Again, paprika for color. And let's go with Italian seasoning is my go-to. Italian seasoning, basil, thyme, oregano. Maybe a little bit of rosemary. Sprinkle it on some pizza. You're all good. Let's get a plate. And I'm just gonna toss it. Look at that lovely chicken. That is actually, I impressed myself. That's how you know Doc did a good job, when he impressed himself. Alrighty, and that goes there. We're gonna grab some paper towels, and I will be right back. Oh, you just got your hands muted, didn't you? Yes. I'm sorry. Paper towels. So, Dondulum, yes, like that's like a really good baseline crust. It's essentially just a shake and bake, you know? Ducky, I have a pizza dough recipe for you. It's called Pillsbury pizza crust. You get it next to the biscuits. All right, so damn it. Fire is hot.
Watch your mouth.
So, how do you know what parboiling is? When it just starts boiling just a little bit.
Quiet, you numbskull. I'm broadcasting.
So we're going to drain this. And cool them down. I'm just going to let them drain for a little bit while I talk about what I am about to do with these potatoes. So I've got 2 potatoes. What's taters, precious? Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. What we're going to do right now is we're going to bake them. Microwave them. So we're going to give our lovely potatoes a little wash. And you may be wondering why I have this pot of water right here. Well, I have this pot of water right here and this set of paper towels because I'm going to get the water away from the electronics. Get it wet. And we're going to wrap the potato in the wet paper towel. There we go. A lovely paper towel potato. No, so, ostensibly, Ilusu, this is a $20 dinner challenge. This is also a showcase of very basic cooking skills. I am using fundamentals of cooking. This is to prove to people who say that they can't cook that yes you can, and it's dead simple. You want to bake a potato? Rinse them, wrap them in wet paper towels, toss them in the microwave for 10 minutes. I'm gonna say 8. And there you go. You have now just baked potatoes. Okay, I Googled this. I said microwave baked potatoes. Two potatoes start at about 10 minutes. Flip them over, cook them for about another 3. Yes. That is a good idea. I forgot that step. Do this before you put the paper towels on, but it's fine. Just stabbing it with a fork to let the air escape. All right, where are we now? Let's get started on Brussels sprouts. I have been told to check my DMs. Is it a good boy? It is a good boy! Look at hims. Perfectly peeled potato in the microwave. Lovely. Alright. So, we've got our Brussels sprouts. Nice and parboiled. Now what are we going to do with this? What I am going to do with it is I'm going to toss it with a little bit of olive oil. Again, garlic pepper, onion powder, or garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. The most basic of things. I do have a little bit of a secret seasoning. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, should I go crazy? Should I go crazy and put red hot riplets on the Brussels sprouts? Red Hot Riplets is a very, 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 very popular hot chip brand. They sell just the seasoning. I'm going to ostensibly I'm going to put a little bit on, but again, this is an idea. Coat it with a little bit of oil. That was about a tablespoon. And again, pepper. Salt. We are seasoning from the heart. If I had to give amounts, I'd say for about 1.5 pounds of sprouts, let's go with about 2 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of pepper, and about 1.5 teaspoons of garlic and onion, or just season from the heart. These were fresh sprouts. And just for color, and because we're crazy, the seasoning has congealed. Dandelion, this is ostensibly a cooking challenge. This is ostensibly a cooking challenge. The premise of this was put forth by by Ducks, which is, hey Doc, can you cook a date night dinner with under $20 budget? I went to 25, but that's just because I bought an extra large pack of chicken. Price per unit puts me at 20. I am using basic, simple, no-nonsense cooking cooking skills. I am not doing anything fancy. I am trying to show that anyone can cook. You say you can't cook? Basic thing, all right? Boil some water. Cool. Microwave a potato. Cool. The only fancy thing that I am really doing is I am going to be broiling these Brussels sprouts. Right? Just tossing them to coat. There's a medic, and rather than sew meat together, so it'll instead suture the meat, so steam had nowhere to go, it exploded, ripped the door off the oven. Alrighty. Again, very nice coating, and now this plate is dirty. Let's grab... Where did I put them? Right here. Clean up. Now let's get a baking sheet. Let's try and figure out how this works. Okay, I press on, oven mode, broil. Let's set it to 450. Let's start it. All right. Hey, do you guys not like cleanup? You want to keep your baking pans clean for super long? Put some foil down. Put some foil down. Makes them last longer. I'm gonna grab some Pam. Pam. I'm gonna grab some Pam really quick. Give it a quick spritz. Cooking oil on a paper towel also works. Just wipe it around. Dump the sprouts. Get them nice and spread out. And let's put the open side up for about as many of them as we can. And I'm going to set this right here until they're ready to broil. I'm going to bring this over here. Going to grab a hand protector, roll my potatoes over. Nice steamy microwave. Another 3 minutes. Gonna get that plugged in. Gonna find a pan. All right, I'm gonna use this one. quickly wash it. I used that to cook andouille sausage yesterday. Habanero mash, we usually did the correct Southern thing. Habanero cheese cornbread. That is indeed the correct Southern thing. Dondalum, please feel free to DM me simple things people think are hard, because I have ducks. I have not really gone through that bag. Please DM me some things that you think that people think are hard, and I will try and make them. I have made ratatouille on stream before. It's dead simple. Hardest thing is like slicing the vegetables very, very thin. Stupid easy. So before I get started, I would like to have a snack break. Today's snack break is brought to you by Mr. Duck. Mr. Duck himself gave me something and said, Doc, I have not given you a blessing. This is a curse. And for this curse, you need cream cheese, you need club crackers, I think I have done a from scratch Alfredo sauce, but I'd have to do that again because it's actually very simple. All right, some club crackers. And this is the curse. Ladies and gentlemen of chat, you know me, you know ducks. What's in my hand? And why does Ducks say it's a curse? Ducks, you don't get to participate, because you know exactly what it is. Cajun Jack's pepper jelly. This is jalapeno pepper jelly. Look at that color. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little cracker, put some cream cheese on it, take the pepper jelly, put it on top of the cream cheese, bone apple tea. Ducks, what have you done? What have you done, Ducks? You asshole! You absolute asshole! You warned me! He warned me! He said, this is his warning explicitly. He said, Doctor, I am giving you this. This is a curse. I said, oh, how so? Well, first, you need to get some Captain wafers, some cream cheese, and this. You're going to open up the pepper. You are going to put cream cheese on the cracker. You are going to put pepper on top of the cream cheese. And then the next thing you know, one of the things is going to be gone, and you are going to have a stomachache. It is all of my self-control to not continue on snack time. I need to get to cooking. Oh, I hate you, Duck. I know this trick. Up in Wisconsin, we used to cover the whole plate in cream cheese pepper jelly layer and just dip crackers in. Also goes stupidly well on a burger. Alright. Anyway, on to cooking. Gonna turn that up on high. It's about a tablespoon and a half of oil. And we're just gonna get this nice and hot. The broiler is done. Let me double check my stuff. Broil, Brussels, about 7 minutes. Alrighty. I'm gonna take this, put it in there, close that. Hey Google, 7-minute timer called Brussels sprouts. Gonna grab my potatoes. Gonna set these right here. Ooh, nice and steamy. Gonna take the broccoli that we prepped earlier. Reminder, it is salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, a little bit of paprika for color, butter, and water. I'm gonna pop it in the microwave for about 5 minutes. And we're waiting for this oil to get nice and hot. In the meantime, hello. Would you like to say hi? Ladies and gentlemen, someone is not right here. This is a gift from Mo. This is 1919 root beer. I do not like root beer. Never very much cared for it. Just doesn't. Oh, hey, brother, come here. Eat that. Come here. Come here.
What is it?
Come here.
Philip, what is it?
Cream cheese and peppers.
This pepper jelly?
Yes.
It looks like aloe that somebody threw up in.
Put it in your mouth and eat it. Put it in your mouth. Eat it. All in one bite.
What's the jelly made out of?
Jalapenos.
Not my thing.
Apparently it's not his thing.
It's good, but it's not my thing.
Anyway, I don't like root beer. This is 1919 root beer from Minnesota. I love this root beer. I have an entire case downstairs that I am rationing because it is so good. Oh, it's not hot enough.
I think that tasted good. I think it's just a texture thing.
Fair enough.
And honestly, like, is this supposed to be sweet?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, honestly, if I just,
Ah!
I don't know. I honestly kind of wish it had less sweet.
I root-beer-tized the cream cheese.
You'll be fine.
Oops. I'm glad I didn't spill the entire thing. Anyway. It doesn't really get a nice head on it. Well, no, it does. And that is very dark. Not his thing, Ducks. He thinks it's too sweet. Let's try that without the cream cheese.
No.
Well, there's no accounting for taste, they say. Brother Doc doesn't even cook in a toaster like a sir. All right. It's just had a ding. Fries are done. Perfectly steamed broccoli. Going to put that in the microwave alongside the potatoes just to keep warm. Oil's nice and hot. Let's turn down the temp a little bit. We're going to cook this for about 6-7 minutes each side. Till it's about 160 internal. Most people do not have a meat thermometer. I would say invest in a meat thermometer. They are useful.
circumvent the system. There's crackers with this, and I don't have.
So that... I want those.
You need to keep going.
I need to keep going. Hey Google. 5-minute timer called Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts for 5 minutes. And we're starting now.
Thank you. So, most of the food is ready. The Brussels sprouts, I want them to be a little charred. That's how the good flavor gets in there. Oh, Dondalim, you weren't following? Thank you for the follow. He took a Ritz cheese cracker, took the cheese off, and he's putting cream cheese and pepper jelly on it. Because apparently he doesn't like the club crackers.
I like the club crackers. This is just saltier.
Fair enough. Thank you for trying it again. And also, Dondalim, thank you for your subscription. We appreciate it. And you are the reason, these subscriptions, these donations, these bits, these are the reasons why we keep doing what we're doing. You guys fund this nonsense. Yeah, that's sticky jelly.
This looks exactly like aloe with just shit in it. I'm serious. Like, I'm gonna go get the aloe
Yeah.
from the closet, and we're gonna compare. And we're gonna see which tastes better. Yeah, you put way too much on there, dude. That's a lot better.
All right. Been about long enough. Let's flip the chicken. Look at that crust. Look at that crust.
Corporate says to find differences between these two pictures. I can't find any.
Put one in your mouth.
Yeah.
Are you having fun here, brother?
Yeah, well. I'm hungry.
Well, good, because I made 2 chickens.
That's nice.
Ducks. Brother Doc, the difference between these 2 products is the same as the difference between the red and blue thermometers at the hospital. Taste.
Is that why everybody calls me a smartass?
Yep.
The forbidden pepper jelly.
Up to about 145. Yeah. Still need to cook.
Yeah, dude, you don't need a mountain of jelly on that thing.
Yes, but I like it.
That's nice.
Okay. You're entitled to your own opinion.
Is this free range? Were these jalapenos uncaged?
Those Brussels sprouts need some more time. I got them broiling. Should I up the broil temperature?
Yeah. If not, we have torches. Yeah, dude, if you're broiling, you need to pump up those numbers, baby.
Alright. We just checked. They need more time. Hey Google. 5-minute timer called Brussels sprouts. Alrighty. Now, ladies and gentlemen. Time for some chicken. Now that is very good.
What?
Do you need anything else in here?
I'm making tea.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Hey, man.
I know. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me over the lovely sound of Parallax was here last. My sinuses are all stopped up. Ate 2 tablespoons of wasabi straight. Attempt to clear them out. No effect. Alrighty. Adjusting the microphone. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, today, 50 years ago, a boat sank. 50 years ago today, 29 men lost their lives on Lake Superior.
Oh, that one.
50 years ago was the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, Christ.
What?
Here we go.
Shut up. Okay? This is my show. You don't like it? Take your teapot and get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, shush up, okay? Seriously. I love you. Get out.
Bro, chill.
Gives that a nice little color. Get a plate. Just trying to do a thing there, buddy. I appreciate you.
Still do it.
Give me a minute, all right? Thickest part of the chicken, I got 160 internal. Thickest part of this chicken, I got 160 internal. Gonna turn that off. Gonna transfer this chicken to a prep plate where it's gonna rest for a couple of minutes. was like, don't you have hunting to do? All right. Letting the chicken rest for a minute. Gonna put another minute on all of that. Now it's starting to char just a little bit. That's pretty good. Get a nice little timer right there. Are you happy?
I'm sorry, is my existence disturbing you?
Don't worry about it. Doc is flustered. Flustered Doc is flustered. Alright. Thank you, brother. Anyway, where was I? Sensibly cooking. "50 years ago, on Lake Superior, a storm came and caught a boat unprepared. And as brave as they were, 29 men lost their lives that night. And this is the first time that I am attempting to sing this, even though I like this song very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Gordon Lightfoot and many others have covered this. Gordon Lightfoot wrote this, and many other people have covered this. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchigumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and crew was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. And later that night, when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and a wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late, and the breakfast had to wait, when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing with rain, in the face of a hurricane west wind. When supper time came, the old cook came on deck, saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed ya." At 7 p.m., a main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know ya." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night, when her lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the lover god goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. She might have split up, or they might have capsized, or she may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of her ice-water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And further below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. And the iron boats go, as the mariners all know, when the gales of November remembered. In a musty old hall in Detroit they prayed in the Maritime Sailors' Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchigumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early. Ladies and gentlemen, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Hey, shut up! Ooh, those are looking good. A little bit more time. In doing some research about the song, because I like it, I came across some interesting facts about the history and legacy of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And yes, there is an Anglican church in Detroit that is dedicated to all of the sailors on the Great Lakes. They have a blessing of the fleet every year. And anytime a ship is lost in the lakes and someone dies, the church bell does ring. And every year, most every year, on today, November 10th, the church has a ceremony and rings the bell 29 times. Except for the year that Gordon Lightfoot died. The year that Gordon Lightfoot died, the bell rang 30 times. Such is the power of bards. Such is the power of those who tell the stories. Every year, at the time of her wreck, the Arthur A. Anderson, another freighter in the fleet that the Edmund Fitzgerald was a part of, she calls out with her foghorn because she was part of the fleet and led the search for all and any survivors. There was an expedition to the... We've cooked. We're letting chicken rest and getting some color on some Brussels sprouts. There was an expedition a couple years ago. A cold water deep dive down to the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. They investigated the sinking, and it seems like, yes, a hatchway caved in and she took on too much water. All the dive team recovered was the ship's bell. Corroded, lost to the depths. And in its place, they left another bell. A bell engraved with all 29 names of the brave men who lost their lives that day. The restored bell lives in the Shipwreck Museum in Whitefish, in an exhibit about the Edmund Fitzgerald and many other wrecks on the lakes. There's a ceremony going on today, both for the public and a private one for the survivors of the families, wives, parents, children, grandchildren. One of the wives, when the bell was recovered, claimed, it said, paraphrasing here, "We now have a grave. There's no reason for anyone to go down there again. Let them rest." Ladies and gentlemen, a moment of silence for the brave men of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Thank you. Now, please, let's have some food. That is lovely. All right. Got that nice chicken. Get. Remember, I cooked these potatoes in a microwave. Let's use my hot pads. Ooh, nice and steamy. Let's get that. Guys, I gave myself a serious bum. The story and the song gave me feelings. Ooh, perfect. Look at these Brussels sprouts. Like, we got some nice little charring on those. They're nice and soft. Where are the tongs? Right here. Go. All right. Important part of potatoes. Yes. Could have been a little wetter. But that cooked up very nice. Put some butter on there. Ladies and gentlemen, $20. $20. Broccoli. I love broccoli. 5-6 minutes in the microwave. Salt, pepper, garlic, onion, a little bit of paprika for color. Lovely. Absolutely very good. The Brussels sprouts got still a little bit of give to them. Cooked them for about 15-20 minutes altogether in the broiler. They're just starting to get notes of crispy. They could have gone a bit longer, but they're nice and soft. They have a very good chew. I could have done a bit heavier on the garlic, maybe the salt, but they're good. So the skin has come like right off this potato. Hello, Zykus. No salt or pepper on there, just a little pat of butter. That potato is cooked all the way through. That potato is cooked all the way through. Now let's get some chicken. Let me see here. Personally, I think I may have to bake this a little longer. Or I cheat. I don't know about the color. Because it's like, it was up to temperature, but it's just a little pink. I'm just going to nuke it for a little bit. And that's all right. Just got to make sure that everything is cooked. That's part of it. You know, pan frying. I think I may have not cooked it on, I think I might not have cooked it long enough on the, on one of the sides. And again, this is date night. This is all under $20. Making sure that the chicken is good is very important. Grimos, you and Knight are one of the main reasons why this community is what it is. You are both very important to this community. Yes and no. just giving that a little bit more temperature. Big camera. All right. So, as we have just discovered, pan frying is a little touchy. I'd say yes, definitely do about 8 to 10 minutes aside. Anyway, this chicken. Very hot. This came out of the microwave. Okay, yes, that's what it is. The soft yellow light in here, and it's just pink turning white. That's what it is. It's cooked all the way through. It's cooked all the way through. It's up to temperature. It's just turning pink, so the yellowing kind of gave it a little bit of a color. Exactly, Night Owl. That is exactly correct. So, this chicken is actually pretty good. I also haven't eaten all day, so I'm very hungry. I can guarantee it is up to temperature. It's just a little thick. I also should probably use a steak knife. But, I will say this. Given how much this is shredding, raw chicken doesn't shred like that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me kill the music. I also wonder, is the microphone dead? No, the microphone is not dead. Okay, that's a cool little mute button. Ah, that's good root beer. I was testing, ducks. I was testing. Just go beep, mute. Lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. Did anything I do, was any of the cooking techniques that I used complicated at all? Not really, no. Cut up vegetables, throw them in a pot, season them to the microwave. Wrap up a potato in a wet paper towel, stick it in the microwave. I think the only advanced technique is the chicken, and making sure that it's pan fried properly. And again, if ever you are concerned about your chicken, meat thermometer and the microwave for another couple of minutes. My meat thermometer did say $1.67, so chicken is cooked when it maintains 165. I took it off, I let it rest for a little bit, so it did cool down a little bit, but the internal temperature did go up. Would leave it on the pan with the heat off. Yes, I should have done that. But for anyone who claims that, oh man, I can't cook, but I have someone coming over and I want to feed them for under $20. Boom. Easy as. Easy as. I did nothing complicated. Except for maybe it's just a little bit of learning with the chicken on the pan fry and the broiler. Hell, I probably could have even broiled the chicken. Elusu, I used the meat thermometer. Yes. The juices. This is a very, very good chicken. But yes, again, like I regularly claim, I do nothing special. I just build on fundamentals. Cooking is not hard. If I can do it, you can do it. Here we go. Easy as. And it didn't take too long either, honestly. But yeah. You guys have a good day today? Back in the swing of things? I don't know what I'm going to do next week. But yes, ducks. I would love to see the colorblind man paint. That would be funny. That would be very funny. All right. I've got to eat. I've also got to clean up this kitchen. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all shapes, sizes, anywhere and everywhere you are, thank you very much for coming and hanging out with me, Dr. Who's the Chef, on WBPL-76. We are only around so long as you support our nonsense. So thank you for the support. Thank you for hanging out. I think we would give Tex gray paint and have like yes, these are colors. Paint. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody, and hail Cargonia.
Hold on.
And the stolen things obey the quartermaster, unless he's a ling. Miners don't die today. Cargo
get back to work.